Brain R. The brain is an organ that serves as the center of the nervous system in all vertebrate and most invertebrate animals. The brain is located in the head, usually close to the sensory organs for senses such as vision. The brain is the most complex organ in a vertebrate's body. In a human, the cerebral cortex contains approximately 15 to 33 billion neurons, each connected by synapses to several thousand other neurons. These neurons communicate with one another by means of long protoplasmic fibers called axons, which carry trains of signal pulses called action potentials to distant parts of the brain or body targeting specific recipient cells. Physiologically, the function of the brain is to exert centralized control over the other organs of the body. The brain acts on the rest of the body both by generating patterns of muscle activity and by driving the secretion of chemicals called hormones. This centralized control allows rapid and coordinated responses to changes in the environment. Some basic types of responsiveness such as reflexes can be mediated by the spinal cord or peripheral ganglia, but sophisticated purposeful control of behavior based on complex sensory input requires the information integrating capabilities of a centralized brain. Anterior brain. Spinal cord. Cerebellum R. The cerebellum, Latin for little brain, is a major feature of the hindbrain of all vertebrates. Although usually smaller than the cerebrum, in some animals such as the mormurid fishes it may be as large as or even larger. In humans, the cerebellum plays an important role in motor control, and it may also be involved in some cognitive functions such as attention and language as well as in regulating fear and pleasure responses, but its movement-related functions are the most solidly established. The human cerebellum does not initiate movement, but contributes to coordination, precision, and accurate timing. It receives input from sensory systems of the spinal cord and from other parts of the brain, and integrates these inputs to fine-tune motor activity. Cerebellar damage produces disorders in fine movement, equilibrium, posture, and motor learning in humans. Anatomically, the human cerebellum has the appearance of a separate structure attached to the bottom of the brain, tucked underneath the cerebral hemispheres. Its cortical surface is covered with finely spaced parallel grooves, in striking contrast to the broad irregular convolutions of the cerebral cortex. These parallel grooves conceal the fact that the cerebellar cortex is actually a continuous thin layer of tissue tightly folded in the style of an accordion. Within this thin layer are several types of neurons with a highly regular arrangement, the most important being Purkinje cells and granule cells. This complex neural organization gives rise to a massive signal processing capability, but almost all of the output from the cerebellar cortex passes through a set of small deep nuclei lying in the white matter interior of the cerebellum. IL. Eyes are organs of the visual system. They provide organisms vision, the ability to process visual detail, as well as enabling several photoresponse functions that are independent of vision. Eyes detect light and convert it into electrochemical impulses in neurons. In higher organisms, the eye is a complex optical system which collects light from the surrounding environment, regulates its intensity through a diaphragm, focuses it through an adjustable assembly of lenses to form an image, converts this image into a set of electrical signals, and transmits these signals to the brain through complex neural pathways that connect the eye via the optic nerve to the visual cortex and other areas of the brain. Eyes with resolving power have come in 10 fundamentally different forms, and 96% of animal species possess a complex optical system. Frontal sinus R. The frontal sinuses are situated behind the brow ridges. Sinuses are mucosal-lined air spaces within the bones of the face and skull. Each opens into the anterior part of the corresponding middle nasal meatus of the nose through the frontonasal duct which traverses the anterior part of the labyrinth of the ethmoid. These structures then open into the hiatus semilunaris in the middle meatus. Frontal sinuses are rarely symmetrical and the septum between them frequently deviates to one or other side of the middle line. Their average measurements are as follows: height 28 mm, breadth 24 mm, depth 20 mm, creating a space of 6 to 7 ml. The mucous membrane in this sinus is innervated by the supraorbital nerve, which carries the postganglionic parasympathetic nerve fibers for mucus secretion from the ophthalmic nerve and supplied by the supraorbital artery and anterior ethmoidal artery. Spinal cord. Nasopharynx. The upper portion of the pharynx, the nasopharynx, extends from the base of the skull to the upper surface of the soft palate. It includes the space between the internal nares and the soft palate and lies above the oral cavity. The adenoids, also known as the pharyngeal tonsils, are lymphoid tissue structures located in the posterior wall of the nasopharynx. Waldeyer's tonsillar ring is an annular arrangement of lymphoid tissue in both the nasopharynx and oropharynx. Ethmoid air cells 5 bar. Ethmoid air cells 6 bar. Ethmoid air cells 7 bar. Ethmoid air cells 8 bar. Sphenoidal sinus bar. Each of the paired sphenoidal sinuses, components of the paranasal sinuses, is contained within the body of the sphenoid. They vary in size and shape, and owing to the lateral displacement of the intervening septum they are rarely symmetrical. They cannot be palpated during an extraoral examination. Ethmoid air cells 7 bar. Ethmoid air cells 6 bar. Ethmoid air cells 5 bar. Ethmoid air cells 6L. Ethmoid air cells 5L. Ethmoid air cells 7L. Ethmoid air cells 8L. Sphenoidal sinus L. Maxillary sinus L. The pyramid-shaped maxillary sinus, or antrum of Highmore, is the largest of the paranasal sinuses and drains into the middle meatus of the nose. It is the largest air sinus in the body. Found in the body of the maxilla, this sinus has 3 recesses: an alveolar recess pointed inferiorly, bounded by the alveolar process of the maxilla, a zygomatic recess pointed laterally, bounded by the zygomatic bone, and an infraorbital recess pointed superiorly, bounded by the inferior orbital surface of the maxilla. The medial wall is composed primarily of cartilage. The ostia for drainage are located high on the medial wall and open into the semilunar hiatus of the lateral nasal cavity. Because of the position of the ostia, gravity cannot drain the maxillary sinus contents when the head is erect. See pathology. The ostium of the maxillary sinus. The pyramid-shaped maxillary sinus, or antrum of Highmore, is the largest of the paranasal sinuses and drains into the middle meatus of the nose. Parotid gland R. The parotid gland is a major salivary gland in many animals. In humans, the 2 parotid glands are present on either side of the mouth and in front of both ears. They are the largest of the salivary glands. Each parotid is wrapped around the mandibular ramus and secretes serous saliva through the parotid duct into the mouth to facilitate mastication and swallowing and to begin the digestion. Submandibular gland L. The paired submandibular glands, historically known as submaxillary glands, are major salivary glands located beneath the floor of the mouth. They each weigh about 15 grams and contribute some 60 to 67% of unstimulated saliva secretion. On stimulation, their contribution decreases in proportion as the parotid secretion rises to 50%. Sublingual gland L. The paired sublingual glands are major salivary glands in the mouth. They are the smallest, most diffuse, and the only unencapsulated major salivary glands. They provide only 3 to 5% of the total salivary volume. They lie in front of the submandibular gland below to the tongue, as well as beneath the mucous membrane of the floor of the mouth. The glands can... Tongue. Upper teeth. A tooth, plural teeth, is a hard, calcified structure found in the jaws or mouths of many vertebrates and used to break down food. A tooth, plural teeth, is a hard, calcified structure found in the jaws or mouths of many vertebrates and used to break down food. Some animals, particularly carnivores, also use teeth for hunting or for defensive purposes. The roots of teeth are covered by gums. Gums. The gums are gingiva plural. Gingivae consist of the mucosal tissue that lies over the mandible and maxilla inside the mouth. Gum health and disease can have an effect on general health. The gums are part of the soft tissue lining of the mouth. They surround the teeth and provide a seal around them. Unlike the soft tissue linings of the lips and cheeks, most of the gums are tightly bound to the underlying bone, which helps resist the friction of food passing over them. The tongue is a muscular organ in the mouth of most vertebrates that manipulates food for mastication and is used in the act of swallowing. It is of importance in the digestive system and is the primary organ of taste in the gustatory system. The tongue's upper surface dorsum is covered in taste buds housed in numerous lingual papillae. It is sensitive and kept moist by saliva, and is richly supplied with nerves and blood vessels. Laryngopharynx. The laryngopharynx is where both food and air pass. It can be found between the hyoid bone and the larynx and esophagus, which helps guide food and air where to go. It is a part of the pharynx. The palatine uvula, usually referred to as simply the uvula, is a conic projection from the posterior edge of the middle of the soft palate, composed of connective tissue containing a number of racemose glands, and some muscular fibers musculus uvulae. It also contains a large number of serous glands that produce a lot of thin saliva. Spinal cord. Spinal cord. Spinal cord. The spinal cord is a long, thin, tubular bundle of nervous tissue and support cells that extends from the medulla oblongata in the brainstem to the lumbar region of the vertebral column. The brain and spinal cord together make up the central nervous system (CNS). In humans, the spinal cord begins at the occipital bone where it passes through the foramen magnum and meets and enters the spinal canal at the beginning of the cervical vertebrae. The spinal cord extends down to between the first and second lumbar vertebrae where it ends. The enclosing bony vertebral column protects the relatively shorter spinal cord. It is around 45 centimeters 18 in men and around 43 centimeters 17 in long in women. Also, the spinal cord has a varying width, ranging from 13 millimeters 1/2 in thick in the cervical and lumbar regions to 6.4 millimeters 1/4 in thick in the thoracic area. The spinal cord functions primarily in the transmission of nerve signals from the motor cortex to the body, and from the afferent fibers of the sensory neurons to the sensory cortex. It is also a center for coordinating many reflexes and contains reflex arcs that can independently control reflexes and central pattern generators. Hyoid bone. Thyroid cartilage. Thyrohyoid membrane. Thyroid gland. The thyroid gland, or simply the thyroid, theta art, is an endocrine gland in the neck, consisting of two lobes connected by an isthmus. It is found at the front of the neck, below the Adam's apple. The thyroid gland secretes thyroid hormones, which primarily influence the metabolic rate and protein synthesis. The hormones also have many other effects, including those on development. The thyroid hormones triiodothyronine T3 and thyroxine T4 are created from iodine and tyrosine. The thyroid also produces the hormone calcitonin, which plays a role in calcium homeostasis. Hormonal output from the thyroid is regulated by thyroid-stimulating hormone TSH secreted from the anterior pituitary gland, which itself is regulated by thyrotropin-releasing hormone TRH produced by the hypothalamus. The thyroid may be affected by several diseases. Hypothyroidism occurs when the gland produces excessive amounts of thyroid hormones, the most common cause being Graves' disease, an autoimmune disorder. In contrast, hypothyroidism is a state of insufficient thyroid hormone production. Worldwide, the most common cause is iodine deficiency. Thyroid hormones are important for development, and hypothyroidism secondary to iodine deficiency remains the leading cause of preventable intellectual disability. 3. In iodine-sufficient regions, the most common cause of hypothyroidism is Hashimoto's thyroiditis, also an autoimmune disease. In addition, the thyroid gland may also develop several types of nodules and cancer. Trachea. The trachea, colloquially called the windpipe, is a cartilaginous tube that connects the pharynx and larynx to the lungs, allowing the passage of air, and so is present in almost all air. Tracheal cartilages, cricoid cartilage, tracheal cartilages. Spine. Median cricothyroid ligament. Cricoid cartilage. Spine. The spine is our body's central support structure. It keeps us upright and connects the different parts of our skeleton to each other, such as the head, chest, pelvis, shoulders, arms and legs. Although the spine is made up of a chain of bones, it is flexible due to elastic ligaments and spinal discs. Lung L. Lung R. The lungs are the primary organs of the respiratory system in humans and many other animals, including a few fish and some snails. In mammals and most other vertebrates, two lungs are located near the backbone on either side of the heart. Their function in the respiratory system is to extract oxygen from the atmosphere and transfer it into the bloodstream, and to release carbon dioxide from the bloodstream into the atmosphere in a heart. The heart is a muscular organ in humans and other animals, which pumps blood through the blood vessels of the circulatory system. Blood provides the body with oxygen and nutrients, as well as assists in the removal of metabolic wastes. In humans, the heart is located between the lungs, in the middle compartment of the chest. In humans, other mammals, and birds, the heart is divided into four chambers: upper left and right atria, and lower left and right ventricles. Commonly the right atrium and ventricle are referred together as the right heart and their left counterparts as the left heart. 6 fish, in contrast, have 2 chambers, an atrium and a ventricle, while reptiles have 3 chambers. In a healthy heart, blood flows one way through the heart due to heart valves, which prevent backflow. The heart is enclosed in a protective sac, the pericardium, which also contains a small amount of fluid. The wall of the heart is made up of 3 layers: epicardium, myocardium, and endocardium. The heart pumps blood with a rhythm determined by a group of pacemaking cells in the sinoatrial node. These generate a current that causes contraction of the heart, traveling through the atrioventricular node and along the conduction system of the heart. The heart receives blood flow and oxygen from the systemic circulation, which enters the right atrium from the superior and inferior venae cavae and passes to the right ventricle. From here it is pumped into the pulmonary circulation, through the lungs where it receives oxygen and gives off carbon dioxide. Oxygenated blood then returns to the left atrium, passes through the left ventricle and is pumped out through the aorta to the systemic circulation minus where the oxygen is used and metabolized to carbon dioxide. The heart beats at a resting rate close to 72 beats per minute. Exercise temporarily increases the rate, but lowers resting heart rate in the long term, and is good for heart health. A pulmonary artery is an artery in the pulmonary circulation that carries deoxygenated blood from the heart to the lungs. The largest pulmonary artery is the main pulmonary artery or pulmonary trunk from the heart, and the smallest ones are the arterial bronchus L. A bronchus is a passage of airway in the respiratory tract that conducts air into the lungs. The first bronchi to branch from the trachea. Bronchus R. Pulmonary veins are. The pulmonary veins are the veins that transfer oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart. The largest pulmonary vein. The pulmonary veins are the veins that transfer oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart. The pulmonary veins inferior L. Esophagus. Liver. The liver is a vital organ only found in vertebrates. In humans, it is located in the upper right quadrant of the abdomen, below the diaphragm. The liver has a wide range of functions, including detoxification of various metabolites, protein synthesis, and the production of biochemicals necessary for digestion. It also plays a role in metabolism, regulation of glycogen storage, decomposition of red blood cells, and hormone production. The stomach is a muscular, hollow organ in the gastrointestinal tract of humans and many other animals, including several invertebrates. The stomach has a dilated structure and functions as a vital digestive organ. In the digestive system, the stomach is involved in the second phase of digestion, following mastication chewing. In humans and many other animals, the stomach is located between the esophagus and the small intestine. It secretes digestive enzymes and gastric acid to aid in food digestion. The pyloric sphincter controls the passage of partially digested food, chyme, from the stomach into the duodenum, where peristalsis takes over to move this through the rest of the intestines. The spleen is an organ found in virtually all vertebrates. Similar in structure to a large lymph node, it acts primarily as a blood filter. The spleen plays important roles in regard to red blood cells, also referred to as erythrocytes, and the immune system. It removes old red blood cells and holds a reserve of blood, which can be valuable in case of hemorrhagic shock, and also recycles iron. As a part of the mononuclear phagocyte system, it metabolizes hemoglobin removed from senescent red blood cells, erythrocytes. The globin portion of hemoglobin is degraded to its constitutive amino acids, and the heme portion is metabolized to bilirubin, which is removed in the liver. The spleen synthesizes antibodies in its white pulp and removes antibody-coated bacteria and antibody-coated blood cells by way of blood and lymph node circulation. A study published in 2009 using mice found that the red pulp of the spleen forms a reservoir that contains over half of the body's monocytes. These monocytes, upon moving to injured tissue, such as the heart after myocardial infarction, turn into dendritic cells and macrophages while promoting tissue healing. The spleen is the center of activity of the mononuclear phagocyte system and can be considered analogous to a large lymph node, as its absence causes a predisposition to certain infections. The pancreas picris is a glandular organ in the digestive system and endocrine system of vertebrates. In humans, it is located in the abdominal cavity behind the stomach. It is an endocrine gland producing several important hormones, including insulin, glucagon, somatostatin, and pancreatic polypeptide which circulate in the blood. The pancreas is also a digestive organ, secreting pancreatic juice containing bicarbonate to neutralize acidity of chyme moving in from the stomach, as well as digestive enzymes that assist digestion and absorption of nutrients in the small intestine. These enzymes help to further break down the carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids in the chyme. The pancreas is also known as a mixed gland. In vertebrates, the gallbladder, also gallbladder, biliary vesicle or cholecyst, is a small organ where bile is stored and concentrated before it is released into the small intestine. In humans, it lies beneath the liver, although the structure and position of the gallbladder can vary significantly between animal species. It receives and stores bile, produced by the liver, via the common hepatic duct, and releases it via the common bile duct into the duodenum, where the bile helps in the digestion of fats. The gallbladder can be affected by gallstones, formed by material that cannot be dissolved, usually cholesterol or bilirubin, a product of hemoglobin breakdown. These may cause significant pain, particularly in the right upper corner of the abdomen, and are often treated. The pancreatic duct, or duct of Wirsung, also, the major pancreatic duct due to the existence of an accessory small intestine. The small intestine or small bowel is the part of the gastrointestinal tract between the stomach and the large intestine, and is where most of the end absorption of food takes place. The small intestine has three distinct regions, the duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. The duodenum is the shortest part of the small intestine and is where preparation for absorption begins. It also receives bile and pancreatic juice through the pancreatic duct, controlled by the sphincter of body. The primary function of the small intestine is the absorption of nutrients and minerals from food. The length of the small intestine can vary greatly, from as short as 2.75 meters, 9.0 feet, to as long as 10.49 meters, 34.4 feet. The average length in a living person is 3m-5 meters. 4-5 The length depends both on how tall the person is and how the length is measured. Taller people generally have a longer small intestine and measurements are generally longer after death than when the bowel is empty. It is approximately 1.5 centimeters in diameter in newborns after 35 weeks of gestational age, and 2.5-3 cm 1 inch in diameter in adults. On abdominal X-rays, the small intestine is considered to be abnormally dilated when the diameter exceeds 3 centimeters. On CT scans, a diameter of over 2.5 centimeters is considered abnormally dilated. The surface area of the human small intestinal mucosa, due to enlargement caused by the large intestine, also known as the large bowel or colon, is the last part of the gastrointestinal tract and of the digestive system in vertebrates. Water is absorbed here and the remaining waste material is stored as feces before being removed by defecation. Most sources define the large intestine as the combination of the cecum, colon, rectum, and anal canal. Some other sources exclude the anal canal. In humans, the large intestine begins in the right iliac region of the pelvis, just at or below the waist, where it is joined to the end of the small intestine at the cecum via the ileocecal valve. It then continues as the colon ascending the abdomen, across the width of the abdominal cavity as the transverse colon, and then descending to the rectum and its endpoint at the anal canal. Overall, in humans, the large intestine is about 1.5 meters, 5 feet long, which is about 1/5 of the whole length of the gastrointestinal tract. The pelvis, plural pelvis or pelvises, is either the lower part of the trunk of the human body, one between the abdomen and the thighs, sometimes also called pelvic region of the trunk, or the skeleton embedded in it, sometimes also called bony pelvis, or pelvic skeleton. The pelvic region of the trunk includes the bony pelvis, the pelvic cavity, the space enclosed by the bony pelvis, the pelvic floor, below the pelvic cavity, and the perineum, below the pelvic floor. The pelvic skeleton is formed in the area of the back, by the sacrum and the coccyx, and anteriorly and to the left and right sides, by a pair of hip bones. The two hip bones connect the spine with the lower limbs. They are attached to the sacrum posteriorly, connected to each other anteriorly, and joined with the two femurs at the hip joints. The gap enclosed by the bony pelvis. Adrenal gland R. Adrenal gland L. The adrenal glands, also known as suprarenal glands, are endocrine glands that produce a variety of hormones including adrenaline and the steroids aldosterone and cortisol. They are found above the kidneys. Each gland has an outer cortex which produces steroid hormones and an inner medulla. The adrenal cortex itself is divided into 3 zones: zona glomerulosa, the zona fasciculata, and the zona reticularis. The adrenal cortex produces 3 main types of steroid hormones: mineralocorticoids, glucocorticoids. Kidney L. The kidneys are two bean-shaped organs found on the left and right sides of the body in vertebrates. They filter the blood in order to make urine, to release and retain water, and to remove waste and nitrogen in the excretory system. They also control the ion concentrations and acid-base balance of the blood. Each kidney feeds urine. The kidneys are two bean-shaped organs found on the left and right sides of the body in vertebrates. They filter the blood in order to make urine, to release and retain water, and to remove waste and nitrogen in the excretory system. They also control the ion concentrations and acid-base balance of the blood. Each kidney feeds urine into the bladder by means of a tube known as the ureter. In humans, they are roughly 11 centimeters (4.3 in) in length. The kidneys regulate the balance of ions known as electrolytes in the blood, along with maintaining acid-base homeostasis. They also move waste products out of the blood and into the urine, such as nitrogen-containing urea and ammonium. Kidneys also regulate fluid balance in blood. The renal medulla is the innermost part of the kidney. The renal medulla is split up into a number of sections, known as the renal pyramids. Blood enters into the kidney via the The kidneys are two bean-shaped organs found on the left and ureters L. In human anatomy, the ureters are tubes made of smooth muscle fibers that propel urine from the kidneys to the urinary bladder. In the adult, the ureters are usually 25 to 30 cm, 10 to 12 in long and approximately 3 to 4 m in diameter. Tunica albuginea R. Tunica albuginea L. Testis R. Epididymis R. Testis L. Vas deferens L. Epididymis L. Bladder. Bladder. The urinary bladder is a hollow muscular organ in many animals that collects and stores urine from the kidneys before disposal by urination. In the human, the bladder is a hollow muscular and distensible or elastic organ that sits on the pelvic floor. Urine enters the bladder. The vas deferens, also called ductus deferens, is part of the seminal vesicles Latin. Glandulae vesiculaceae, vesicular glands, or seminal glands, are a pair of simple tubular glands posterally inferior to the urinary. Prostate. The prostate is a compound tubuloveolar exocrine gland of the male reproductive system. A corpus cavernosum penis singular cavernous body of the penis is one of a pair of sponge-like regions of erectile tissue, the corpora cavernosa plural cavernous bodies, which contain most of the blood in the penis during an erection. Such a corpus is homologous to the corpus cavernosum clitoridis in the female. The body of the clitoris contains erectile tissue in a pair of corpora cavernosa, literally, cave-like bodies with a recognizably similar structure. The two corpora cavernosa and corpus spongiosum, also known as the corpus cavernosum urethrae in older texts and in the adjacent diagram, are three expandable erectile tissues along the length of the penis, which fill with blood during penile erection. The two corpora cavernosa lie along the penis shaft, from the pubic bones to the head of the penis. The corpus spongiosum is the mass of spongy tissue surrounding the male urethra with the glans penis is the sensitive bulbous structure at the distal end of the human penis. The glans is anatomically homologous to the clitoral glands of the human female. Typically, the glans is completely or partially covered by the foreskin, except in men who have been circumcised. The foreskin can generally be retracted. The penile urethra is the longest part of the male urethra and is contained in the corpus spongiosum of the penis. It is about 15 centimeters long and extends from the termination of the membranous portion to the external urethral orifice. Commencing below the inferior fossa of the urogenital diaphragm, it passes forward and upward to the front of the pubic symphysis, and then, in the flaccid condition of the penis, it bends downward and forward. It is narrow and of uniform size in the body of the penis, measuring about 6 millimeters in diameter. It is dilated behind, within the bulb, and again anteriorly within the glans penis, where it forms the fossa navicularis urethrae.